The visible political expressions of the underlying system of personal obligations and reciprocity ubiquitous in colonial society was patronage. It was the inclination of everyone to please his superiors, and it was a form of dependence. The patronage politics that extended into governmental affairs of the pervasive personal and kin influence were necessary to the colony of the British Empire. The empire was, after all, monarchy, although constitutional. In England and traditionally, monarchy was considered a divine right. This conviction that certain people should rule was prevalent in the colonies, but the connection to God was not as strong. This discrepancy between colony and mother country is testament to the weak influence and power of English government on the North American colony. This eventually led to a policy, salutary neglect, which was utilized for 150 years.
This policy, combined with English monarchical influences, led to a unique colony. A key aspect of the colony was the twofold hierarchy. First was the long train of dependents that linked everyone from the king at the top down to the bounded laborers and black slaves at the bottom. Secondly, there was the great horizontal divide between plebeians and patricians. Both factors formed a hierarchy that led to an omnipresent lack of social and economic mobility and inherent inequality. Yet the lower class citizens generally knew their place in society and had no desire to change it. They merely existed to be born and eat and sleep and die and be forgotten, contrary to modern standards.
This hierarchy forged differences in the political culture that formed, which affected social aspects of colonial life since they were seamlessly intertwined. Due to the lack of established governmental infrastructure, the family consisted of all those dependent on the patriarch, who was the only one who dealt with the larger world. The household attained a certain self-sufficiency by tending to key functions of modern society, such as educating children. Society was little more than a collection of family households. Huge families were established, and the combination of this and uninvolved and lacking government led to nepotism on a large scale. This occurred universally and may have been a mores since the colony was deeply rooted in England's society and the crown of the king was passed down hereditarily. A colonial example of this is how land and other things were passed down in the family. This example also shows how women are treated no better than children, since usually only men bequeath land to their first male heir. This idea also permeated into most public business, which was only an extension into government of private social relations.
Okay, Task. Your next assignment will be to write a diary entry from the perspective of a colonist in pre-revolutionary America.
Abby, guess what I just finished this afternoon? My time machine.
Wow, that's amazing. Congratulations. Has anyone used it yet?
Not yet. Do you want to try it?
Yes, thank you. That'll be very convenient for that assignment we just got.
What time do you want to go to? How about pre-revolutionary America?
Sure.
Okay, so you call in through here. Okay, it's about to work. Get ready.
You can count on me now.
Hello, young lady. I apologize, but I don't recognize you. Are you the daughter of Jack Smith?
No, I'm from out of town. Where are we exactly?
Oh, no wonder I didn't recognize you. I thought my memory was fleeting me for a moment there. We're in Philadelphia.
Oh, can I ask you a few questions?
I don't see why not.
Okay. How long have you lived in this area?
For as long as I can remember. My grandfather came from the mother country of England and settled his family here. He was brought up in an honest fashion, as a tavern keeper.
Has your grandfather's ordinary nature had an effect on the shape of your life?
Perhaps, had I come from a noble, gentlemanly lineage, I might have had different things expected from me. As it is, the best I can hope in life for is to earn a reasonable living to provide food for my family.
What's your profession?
I'm a shoemaker.
Do you have any children who work?
Well, see. My elder son was almost a postmaster, which we were all at Twitter about. So it came as quite a disappointment when he didn't get the job.
What happened?
It was all thanks to Mr. Benjamin Franklin. Are you acquainted with him?
Yes, I've heard of him.
Well, I cursed the day he was born. My son had a fair shot at that position, but Mr. Franklin decided that his son was entitled to the job purely because of his familial ties.
Should there be an interview for the job?
Interview? I'm not familiar with that term. In fact, I recall a neighbor down the street who went through an affair similar to my son's. Indeed, it was neighbor, Thomas Livingston, is a well-to-do gentleman. He had a long time expressed unsolicited generosity towards a respectable governmental official. Thomas was the first one there when the official's house was on fire, and he helped the official in numerous other ways. When the time came that the official had to choose a replacement for himself, Thomas sent off a letter reminding the official of all the support he had given. And do you know who the position went to? An old friend of the official who had just moved to Philadelphia.
That's too bad. Thanks for talking to me.
My pleasure. Seeing as I'll never be able to gain any social stature, I will always be here and busy, so feel free to stop by whenever and have a safe time.
Hello, sir. How are you?
Who are you and what do you want from me?
Well, excuse me, Your Honor. Do you mind me interviewing you? If it is not too much of a burden, of course.
Who do you think you are talking to me like that, young chap?
I do apologize sincerely, but now, if you don't mind, please answer some questions for me.
Well, alright, just make it quick, because, as my brother always said, time is money.
Oh, okay. What title do you hold in this lovely colony?
I am postmaster of Philadelphia.
Ah, I see. So you must have familial ties with Benjamin Franklin.
Yes, chap, that's who I just quoted.
Okay then. I was wondering, do you think it is fair that just because you are related to Ben Franklin, that you were able to get the job? I'm not doubting your devotion, but let us just pretend right now that you showed none whatsoever to the colony. Do you think it is fair that you become postmaster versus someone who does everything possible in order to make this place better?
Well, I don't know, nor do I care. I'm a well-to-do gentleman and wouldn't want to be anybody else. I got the job, that's just the way it is. And he spits against the wind, spits in his own face. That's my brother again. So there is no sense involved with trying to change this.
I see, I see. So you are saying that no matter what you do to improve society, it does not matter. All that matters is whom you are related to?
No, chap. See, if you are familiar with a fine fellow, you are a fine fellow yourself. I must go now. I take my job seriously despite your interference. Good day.
Okay, same to you, sir.
Mr. McKinley?
Hello, gentlemen. How are you today?
Well, I'm fine. Who are you?
Yeah, I don't think
recognize
I'm around.
you.
Who are you? Don't you wish you could go into the future? Don't you want to see what 2011 is like? Come on, hold my hand. We'll go into the
Well-
future.
Our life is so dull here. We'll never be able to climb the political, social, economic ladder. So, why not?
Wait, did you say 2011? Isn't the world predicted to end in 2000? Is she trying to kill us? Why does everybody hate us? It's not fair. We do everything to please everybody, and they all hate us. There's other people above us who deserve to go to hell, but instead we're going to hell. You're killing us.
This
Where's the
life
time
don't
plate?
last
Come on.
forever.
Oh, does that say public school? Unless we're both hallucinating, yeah.
Wow. Voting? In the gym? October 10th? Today? What's today?
What's the point of voting? The top man will choose what he wants. What does voting do?
Well, 2011, we have something called a democracy, where people above a certain age are allowed to hold certain political positions.
Are we on planet Earth?
Yeah, it's 2011.
Party like it's the end of the world.
Wow, the variety of people is so extensive.
That's because it is public school. Anyone who lives in this town is eligible to go to the school. They pay taxes, not tuition. Also, the purpose of school is for everyone to have an equal chance at education, so that they also have an equal shot at jobs after school. These days, we strive to attain a meritocracy.
Raining, you know.
Hi, Abby. Come on in. So, how was time traveling?
It was great! I'm so excited to hand in my project.
Gonna live like it's the end of the world.